She's planning for the end of the world.
Apparently.
All she can say.
This may all be for nothing according to, a couple years.
Okay, what I'd like you guys to do is on that little colored piece of paper that you got at the beginning of the day, would you guys go to an empty place, please, and would you write everyone's name in the company, and right beside their name, I want you to write one thing about that person that makes it all okay. Your favorite thing about that person. What makes them just one, just one. Just one. Tell me an attribute or a trait that makes them such a good fit for Varner Law.
It doesn't have to be like inside it, right? I've not left myself enough room.
See, y'all should have done your postcards.
No, yeah, put it on the back side.
I did
It's
it- I
fine.
did it
Yeah,
the wrong
Tyler,
way.
that doesn't matter.
I did it the wrong way.
Should have done your postcards.
There was
Definitely
no
not saying something
direction.
nice about you, Greg. Greg, they also have to do postcards.
And include JC and Dinah. Everybody.
Yes, everyone.
Too many people.
10? Is that right?
I think you should have 11 names.
But we're not putting our name, right? So that would be 11.
Well, you can write your own name if you want.
I didn't put my name in, I have 11.
I
Yeah.
have 11. Did you forget, Lee?
Yeah. Did you
I'm
forget?
like, wait a minute.
Spells it. It was me, don't tell me.
I'm just going down the table.
No,
Sherry.
me, you forgot me.
You shouldn't have told her.
How could you forget me, Sherry?
Okay, so
She's been doing this.
So just write something good about it.
give me an attribute or a trait that you think makes them a really good fit for working in this company. Or just something you really like about them.
Bam, a good cook.
Ooh, I second that.
Okay, y'all don't make fun of me. How do you spell thorough?
THOROUGH.
That's what I was gonna put.
Where are you right now, by Spencer's?
No.
I'm just annoying. Apparently, I think I'm funny. You see Greg's text yesterday? What?
Was you too?
No.
No, Greg, you put my name in the text.
Oh.
Yeah, people call me Spencer all the time.
I'll answer the email.
I will say it's a little unfair to Greg because Greg's like, he did this just at Christmas. He wrote pretty thorough.
Did you
Oh,
know
did
this
he
was
just do this
coming?
at Christmas?
Oh my gosh. Like,
Oh, yeah.
We did
I
cards
still have
at
my
Christmas.
card.
He had to
I
wait
did
to cry.
full
I'm
on.
crying. Oh, yeah.
You really wrote very.
It was really sweet.
He really did. I carry mine in my bill.
I still have
I have
mine.
mine too.
I have all mine saved too.
Well, then he's having a hard time just coming up with one word.
We're still waiting on that cornbread.
You're not gonna get it.
Awkward silence.
I need a dictionary for certain things.
The SARS.
I use that most often in our office.
My problem is that, like, instead of looking for one word, I'm looking for like something, how to say a phrase in one word.
When you Google it,
Yeah, that's what I do. It's normally.
look at it.
And then when I
Or I
read,
just go look at your.
like when I'm reading something, I'll see a word that I never used, and be like, what's that mean? Then I keep a list of like words to use later on.
New words. Peppermint oil?
A headache?
See, I offered you oil.
I'll take some oil too if you have it here.
Oh, my purse is here.
All right, we'll take one more minute. Oh, yeah.
I got the train good, don't I?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just don't get too close to your eyes. Or you have to keep your eyes
I
closed.
bathed in peppermint when I had a headache. I don't have a roll.
Voodoo magic.
I know. Hey, it works.
Oh,
Hey, Lee. I'm not a headache.
Just community peppermint.
That's why I was like, I shouldn't have rubbed it on my face. That's like somebody taking your chapstick and
Wake us up. Are y'all comfortable with the colors? Okay. Oh, don't have this looks,
I'm comfortable.
I'm always cold.
All right? Okay. We're gonna move on, right? We're gonna start looking at the good stuff. Now, I'll tell you this, and it's the truth. It's rare that you can go into a company and people know exactly what the vision of that company is. They can most often tell you what the values are, but start throwing out some really big words and tell, integrity, excellence, they're usually the common ones. But to be honest, it's not something that they just innately know. It's not something that's been mentioned enough for it to be in the foreground. Now, big companies like Mercedes and all of those, they have it as you walk through the door. They've got this huge billboard, and it tells you exactly what the company thinks, exactly what their mission vision is, and you see it every day. And you have to walk underneath this huge arch. And so it's just kind of a connection. They're very smart that way. I mean, they've just got tons of things that they do that you can tell they spend a lot of time figuring out. So this is kind of interesting. 85% spend less than an hour a month discussing anything. Well, that's going to change, right? You guys are going to, you may not be touching on vision, but you'll be touching on everything else that makes vision and rolls it up. And believe me, that will tie into it. More than 50% spend zero time on strategic planning and execution. Well, I'm sure you guys have spent time before. Now it's going to be on a weekly basis, right? And 95% of employees have no idea what the company plan is. So this is what I find most of the time is I will go in and these companies will be like mine. They will be, busy and everyone trying 110% and just giving. But no one has one big goal that everybody's aiming for. Everybody knows that they want to go in that same direction, but everybody's just kind of going a degree off of everyone else. And so you don't get that synergistic energy and feel. There's that synergism that comes. Each individual one of you have energy. But once we put you guys together, there's something different that's crafted out of that, and that's synergy. So it's not anyone's individual energy, but together, combined, you guys have an entity that doesn't exist when you're apart as individuals. And so it's that synergy that makes up who you are as a company. And nobody can just throw out a couple of words and that be who you are. So if you guys will turn to the section in the binder that says vision planning, vision building actually is what it says. And if you'll go to page 5, and in the front of your binder, so if you'll go to page 5, second section, page 5, it'll say core values. And then in the front of your binder, I believe Kelly, right? Did you do that, Kelly, in the front of your binder?
It's 2 separate pages.
Yeah, it's 2 separate pages, but it looks like this.
Just right-
Page second,
in your
Page five.
pocket,
page 5.
in your front.
Do you know how many times it takes saying something for it to land?
Apparently,
No, really, honestly. 7. The only time you will ever remember, you might acknowledge and see and do an action based on it, but you won't ever remember it unless it's at least the 7th time you've heard it or seen it. That's why teachers repeat themselves over and over. I mean, you know that, right? Tell them what you're going to tell them what you told them. Okay, so, yours is going to look different.
gotcha.
Mine looks nicer, but anyway, that's okay. So this is called the VTO. This is called the Vision Tracker. So this is the one page that we're gonna start to fill out today. I hope we can finish the majority of it. If not, we'll pick it up the first quarter that we meet again. But this part is kind of filling in, remember I said we were gonna look at 3 tools. The first tool was rocks, the second tool was the level 10 meeting, we talked about those. The third tool that we're taking out of that toolbox of 20 that Traction gives us, the third tool is this vision. And now this is something that we can revisit. This is a living, breathing document, okay? Now, this is where it just gets fun, because we get to think, what would this company look like in 10 years? Now, you can go 20 years out if you want, but 10's not a bad start. But before we do that, I want to talk about values. What do you believe are the company values? So if somebody came in and said, Varner Law, okay, what are you guys all about? What are your values? So tell me some of the things you wrote beside people's names. Throw out some of those words for me.
Like specific people or just some?
No, it's in the words.
Integrity.
Yeah.
Knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Driven. Dedicated.
Tenacious.
Deep.
Tenacious.
Experience.
She's not here.
Loyalty,
Okay.
A visionist.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
A visionist.
What was that?
A visionist.
Somebody said something before that, I mentioned.
I thought she said revisionist. It's like, who is that?
Yeah. Okay. Passionate.
Approachable.
Sorry?
Approachable.
Approachable.
She's a revisionist. She's a revisionist.
Honest.
Oh, yeah.
Changes it. It's his own story.
All right. Tech savvy.
Kelly really just wanted to say, as